System-centered language is a linguistic call to action. So if you feel riled up, you're in the right place. That seeks to end the dehumanization of people that occur while discussing how they experience oppression. Right? We do got to talk about oppression, and we do talk about people who are underneath oppression, who are receiving the negative impacts, and how we do that matters. The goal of system-centered language is to begin to reclaim through how we discuss, through language, the inherent value of people and place accountability where it is due, which is squarely on the interlocking, intergenerational, and very present systems of oppression, and primarily racism is the ism I focus on in this piece. Okay, so that's a very lovely way to put it. But what does this mean? So let's look at that. Some of the language we use, especially during early COVID, right when the news came out that it was Black folks, African American people that were dying at more significant rates, right? The news media, even articles, was saying that Black people are more at risk, we're more vulnerable, we're disproportionately impacted due to, maybe historical factors. And so I wrote down these terms: at risk, vulnerable, disproportionately, and historical. And then I came up with words that might more focus on the system, right? So what's wrong with at risk? We've all said that term: at-risk youth, at-risk populations, right? We're just trying to say that some group is more likely to experience harm, right? Well, if we really think about it, each word that we use, at least in the English language, has a connotation and a denotation. The denotation is what it actually means, like Webster Dictionary style. But the connotation is what that word means in context, in use, and in narrative. So after so many times of hearing the term at risk always applied to a certain group, it starts to connotate that these group of people are maybe weaker, are maybe more vulnerable, we'll talk about that word, are maybe inferior, right? There's just something wrong with these folks. That's why they're always at risk, right? So I thought that a word that might inherently have a better, more accurate, more systems-focused connotation would be exposed, right? Let's look at these two sentences. African Americans are in an at-risk community, right? Versus African American community is exposed to additional harm. Now, take a moment. When it says African Americans are an at-risk community, the issue is housed in the people. When we say African Americans is a community that is exposed to additional harm, you have the people and then you have the harm, right? It externalizes back to the system what the issue is. And that's a very important, powerful shift.